Fellas, I'm right back. So I'm just going to answer a few questions guys have asked me. I'm gonna just get all to them. So this guy asked me the difference between high school and AAU. I think his basic question was basically like, what's the difference? What's a better situation for you if you are in high school? What is going to be more profitable or bring more opportunity to you, high school or AAU? So I'll give you my opinion on it. For one, I think on a wider scale, if we're looking at different schools around the nation, I think AAU is going to be a very good option for a lot of you guys. High school basketball is cool too. Like I said, when I was growing up, I played AAU and I played high school. In the AAU market, I did well. But I say this, in the AAU market, it's very important that you get on a good team. And you get on a team that is going to the big tournaments, right? You are going on a team that's going to these top tournaments. Even if they're not a top team, by you being in these tournaments, you get presented with a lot of eyes that you may not get in your local town or city. High school, the downside to high school is that, for one, you may not be around players that complement you as you may get in AAU. AAU, you got everybody who pretty much takes basketball seriously. In high school, you can have a guy who plays football, but he's just playing on a basketball team just to finish out his school year. So you get a lot of guys who may not be taking the sport as serious. And so with that, it can be kind of hard to show your talent to its fullest extent because you're dealing with guys who are not at your level, who may not know how to make basketball plays, especially if you're going to like a D3 high school, or you might just not have a big man on your high school team. And you gotta compensate for that. And so that's why high school can be a little bit more of a disadvantage, because you can deal with a lot of players who may not be on your level of game. Whereas AAU, you have a constructed team of players all around the city or all around the state, etc., who are good players who really want to get a college scholarship. And because all you guys are aiming for the same goal, you guys will then push each other. And then when it comes to these tournaments, you guys will have that competitive advantage where you want to win, where you want to get a scholarship, you want to win these tournaments because it's that important to all of you. Also, in the AAU market, some guys may not like the AAU market because they can't afford it. I know I've seen a few guys I grew up with who families just couldn't afford AAU. So if you are one of those guys who may be struggling to afford it, I say this. For one, get really good. You have to get really good. And two, try out for one of these teams that have a sponsor to it, right? Like I say in the Ohio area where I'm at, you got like an all Ohio team. You got it's a few different teams. I can't name them all, to be honest with you, but they're sponsored by Adidas, Nike. You got these teams that are sponsored, and when you get these sponsored teams, guys don't have to pay for anything. So for you to get on that team, though, you have to be really good. So when you go to these tryouts, you got to show out and you got to kill. That's if your family can't afford it. Make sure you're working hard. And that's really the only way to really get on in those markets. But I say the AAU market is better than the high school market, to be honest with you. If you're killing on your high school team, you might get some scholarships, you might get some opportunities, but I think AAU brings a lot more opportunities. So if I would have to choose between one or the other, I would say go AAU if you didn't. And then high school coaches can be BS, man. Like, you can have a bad high school coach a teacher who doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And he's messing up your game. He don't know how to run plays. It's too many variables in high school, man. Where AAU, it's a little bit more serious. So I would do AAU. I say AAU over high school. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below if you got a difference in opinion. But that's just my opinion on the thing. To the guy, I appreciate you asking that question. For other people, please ask me any questions you got, man. I'm going to just go ahead and answer them. I told you, man, I'm going to be on this YouTube stuff a lot more. So, guys, just go ahead and ask away if you got any questions about anything. I'm out. Peace.